So this is a popcorn pumper, not popper. Pumper, made by Proctor-Silex. I'm not sure if they even sell this version anymore. And yes, these are quite old. Now they call them vintage. It works perfect. Measuring cup and popcorn, all that. And you would say, well, video is over. He said it works and we're done. No, this one is missing one thing. If you can see what is missing here. A switch. The only way to switch it on and off is to plug it, get done with what you got, and unplug it. That's the only switch it has. And unfortunately, I don't know why they didn't think that. It goes back to that part that why are engineers not putting on and off switches on devices these days? Well, it's plain and simple. They're not engineers. They're pseudo-engineers. Anyway, now let me take this out and see if we can actually take it apart and add a manual switch on it so it doesn't need to be plugged and unplugged every time. Just really quick so we can have some popcorn. Yes, stay tuned. I'm gonna make popcorn to the end of this video. Okay, so we are almost there. We just have a million more things to go through. I'm just trying to make sure I don't break it. That's what I'm trying to achieve here, and how this comes apart, that's a different story. Okay, so it comes out that it has some pieces here on the sides, as you see, that clip in here on 3 corners. We'll put this on the side because that's nothing we can do about. And inside, we have the motor, and really I don't see anything else. There's a piece here, yeah. It's so brittle because it's so old. I'm gonna put this back on, by the way. That's an easy repair. And I'm supposed to take this out somehow. Usually these are pressing ones. If it's not too old to even be pressed, and it's probably gonna break. Okay, so the wire is kind of out some point, and I'll see if I can put this backwards a little bit. There should be some kind of switch here. Oh, yep, just what I expect. Yep, it's a switch. Close tab. This is something we need for later, so we can now pull the entire assembly out, and we just need to tap in one of them. And yes, it has a bridge here. Not sure if you can see it right there. And really there's nothing else. That's where the heating element is. It seems pretty simple to me, and we're gonna cut it probably somewhere here on the wire, and I'm assuming this is positive, even though positive's supposed to be the black one, but there's some mix up here. It goes to red here, then black again, and this is the switch I will be using. Just a normal switch, nothing fancy about it. And I'm gonna use probably these 2 poles here and take these 2 off because we don't need them. I'm just gonna cut them off just so they don't make any unnecessary contact really quick. Okay, this seems pretty good to me. So my idea is to put this switch not far from here. Probably I'm gonna cut one of these, put the switch on here, and I think that I can call it a day so far, if I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Whoa, definitely they don't make them how they used to, huh? It literally broke the knife's tip. Wow. Okay, deeper measures will be taken. Now, I know it will definitely not break this one, and this is the wrong way, by the way, to do it, but okay, so this is going to be our gate for the switch. Let me just see if it actually fits. And yes, almost fits. But we're going to make sure it does. Okay, so I think we're good. But I'm going to have to desolder these wires. I don't know why, but I'm not happy with how these 2 wires look at all. And I'm going to grab a piece of wire somewhere really quick and come right back. Okay, so I think this is the best wire for this job so far, and I'm going with it. Perfect. I like that. And the length doesn't need to be too long because it's quite close, so we're good. Make sure the other side is the same length, or approximately the same. Here, boom. Now we have the wire done. And yes, these are Harbor Freight. You can find them there, I think, and on Amazon as well, both. And I think Amazon might have a better price right now on these. I'll try to see if I can find a link to leave below, and you go take a look at these wire strippers and cutters. Okay, let's not waste time. Go ahead with a plan now. We're gonna cut, we said, this one right here because it looks cute. Okay, there's no going back now. Boom. And it's that really annoying wire, the silicone style. I never liked that. Actually, let me just cut this one completely. I'm not gonna waste my time. I have enough wire. Boom. That looks perfect. Let me clear this side if I can. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we'll take these out probably, or actually this might be just close enough, or Nah, I'd rather go with these just to make sure we're in. Okay, at this point, we are almost ready to try to plug it back in, but slowly, we have a few more things to do. Well, have to put this back in, is these two are made almost perfect, as you see. That's where we just split it, and we're gonna put these two on the switch itself. Pull this out slowly and nicely. They go back to that route there. If I can route it. Okay, so we are almost there. And if you're wondering at this point if this is plumber's soldering wire or not, yes, it is. Because I found it for extremely cheap. And in the end of the day, it's the same thing. So why not? Why not? Okay, looks like so far we are in a good step. Just gonna put these little sleeves here. And we are ready to close it. And we have an updated popcorn machine. Almost. Okay. This looks perfect to me. I don't know about you, but I'm digging it. I might have to spin this a little bit around, fit the new wiring, but besides that, I see nothing wrong. And at this point, I think we're done. Let me just show you how it looks. I mean, Proctor-Silex are probably kicking themselves for selling it at this point. Look at that. Perfect. This is perfect. And at this point, we are ready to close. Yay. Looks good. Looks ready. And looks beautiful. Let me just put this back in where it was and see if we can make popcorn today. And while you were not looking, I repaired this part here. That was fallen. Because, you know, this has quite a few years on it. It just lowers like that and should snap in place slowly. Okay, perfect. Now we have one screw to put on right here on the bottom, and it looks really good. Now it's time to actually turn it on and see how fast it can catch fire. I mean, turn on and spin. Okay, it is plugged in. Perfect. Let's see. This is great. I like that. Yep, this is how it should be. With a button now, we just made it worth more than it was in the beginning. The button is non-intrusive, nice and small here on the bottom, and you can just leave it plugged in if you wish so. Now, I have to go get some popcorn, a popcorn tray, and make some popcorn here on camera. Okay, and we are ready. I have some garlic salt. That's what I like. That's you do you. I have some Wabash Farms, big and fluffy gourmet yellow popcorn. I'll try to leave links for as much stuff as I can, just in case you want the same. And we're gonna put this here. I'm not gonna use any butter or olive oil or anything for now. We're just gonna make this as fast as possible. You put this thingy right here. You measure this cup here. Let's see how that goes. Okay, perfect. Now we have a few things that are not food related. I'll put them on the side real quick and we'll toss this in, I guess. That's all. Boom. These two want to escape, but we're not gonna let them. And we're gonna put the cap on, turn it on, and see where it goes. Yes, it spins like that down there. There's air pockets that make it spin. So when it heats enough, it'll start popping. And it will bring it all in front of us. And this is as close to perfection as you can get. As you saw, it just pops them like that. Now you just wipe this part and you're good. Nothing's left unpopped. Now here and then, yeah, of course, you'll have one kernel that decides not to do what it's supposed to. But mostly, I would say 99.9% they all pop. Perfect. Throw some salt on it, just like this. And you are good to go. Now, if you wish so, you can put some butter and melt it here on top. That's why this is for. You measure the corn first, then you drop a cube of butter, leave it on top here while the corn is popping, and it'll be melted by the time you're ready, and you pour it in your popcorn. Look at that. Tell me this is not beautiful. And the machine now can work with a button, so it no longer needs to be plugged and unplugged every time. And this is perfect. Let me just try one of it if I manage to not throw it around. And this is perfect. Tastes amazing. All of it popped. Machine's working. It has now a button. It is fully brought to 2024. I don't understand why they didn't put a switch initially, but that's up to them. My job is done here. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you were closer, you would be very welcome to have some popcorn. But for now, just you can look at it. And we'll see you next time. If you find one of these little machines for a couple bucks, snatch it. They're worth all day long. We'll see you next time. Hit like and subscribe.